Right, hello, welcome back. I want to take you through a game that I played recently, and I want to take you through it because the milestones of my journey to date, this is the first over 1900 ELO opponent that I have beaten on chess.com. So you can see at the time of playing I was 1844, my opponent 1938, so biggest win in my career so far. We have a Caracan opening, and after these very normal mainline moves, my opponent opts for this so-called Karpov variation, and the main move for white is just to carry on with bishop d3 developing, but I like to play these little sidelines with queen e2. The point being, first of all, it's not a bad move, but the main little trap that it sets is that if black is lazy, doesn't think it through, and plays knight f6, white has this nasty mate in one, exploiting this pin from the queen. And I've had this a bunch of times, even at the kind of 17 to 1800 level. I've had this a handful of times where my opponent has walked into this. Sadly, on this occasion, black doesn't fall for it. They carry on with the best move, putting the other knight onto d6. Obviously, this no longer works because the queen covers the square. And we carry on. Queen f4 is the main move in this position, and pieces keep developing until we get to the critical moment coming up. My opponent plays bishop d6, so obviously there's a pin here, starting to put some pressure along these dark squares. I drop the queen back with the intention of either pushing f4 or bringing the bishop out to f4, just to solidify that knight in the center. Our opponent plays queen c7, just building up the pressure down here. And then I carry on as planned with bishop f4, but I realise pretty much as soon as I release the mouse and put that bishop down, I realise that I've walked into a bit of a problem. So black in this position has the highly irritating knight h5. Obviously hits queen and bishop. And let's just have a quick look at this. After this trade, this pin is now a problem. Black can play f6, and white's best is to move out of the way and try and go for a little bit of counterplay here against this pawn. But after this sort of thing, black is just obviously much better. Thankfully, my opponent in this position did not see knight h5. They played with knight d5 instead, which was probably a bigger blunder even than the one I played. Because now, take a look at this position for white. What is the tactical shot that gives you a winning advantage? So first of all, eliminate the knight. Perhaps marginally counterintuitive to give up the bishop pair, but the knight was attacking this bishop on f4, so we want to get rid of it. And now we can play knight takes g6. We capture the bishop, but we also, at the same time, the knight defends this bishop on f4. So black captures on f4, white saves the knight by recapturing, and white is just simply up a piece here. The game continues. Queen g7. My heart is starting to race at this point. Obviously, if black tries to take the knight, then the rook in the corner drops, the king steps up, and the other rook in the corner drops. So black obviously doesn't go in for that. Long castles. But white is up a whole piece here. It's a clear winning advantage, and it should just be a matter of technique, of which I have almost none, but enough on this occasion. I'm trying to reorganize my pieces and get them over towards black's king. And then in this position, my opponent, I think, realizes that the end is nigh, and I'll just a few more moves. I was worried he was going to try and sack on g3 and look for a draw or something. But yeah, here I think he realises that there's not much left to be done, and he gives me a nice easy finish. Obviously there's a couple of moves. What black should probably carry on by putting the queen in the way, and then after this check the game continues, but black steps over and gives me the win with knight a6. Checkmate! My first win against over 1900 opponent. Hope you enjoyed it.